So Virgo, this is a very excellent reading. You have the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, and you Virgos have the Knight of Swords. The Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles speaks to how a lot of you Virgos have quite a lot of abundance. You Virgos get a lot of what you want and a lot less nonsense. A lot less people stressing you out. A lot less people trying to get on your nerves. A lot less people coming around you, always trying to, you know what I mean, get you to give them something, begging all the time. A lot more peace of mind. A lot more space. A lot more, chances to do the things that you want to do. A lot of you Virgos, right, especially the ones that have kind of worked that problem out with yourselves, a lot of Virgos end up being loners. A lot of Virgos end up being loners. And part of the reason why it is that y'all end up being loners is because just a lot of people don't want to hang out with y'all. They like to tell themselves stories as to why you're always the villain of their story. And they're defensive, because defensive just means for them to shift blame onto another person. That's because I've been doing my research onto that. And defensiveness not only means that they have something to hide, but it also represents how it means that it also means that a person is shifting blame as well, right? So they're trying to shift blame. And a lot of you Virgos have met people like that tons of times, who blame you for stuff, right? The amount of stress that I was going through, the prank calls, people sending me spam emails, spam calls, people who try to get close to me, right? Pay money, mind you, get close, then switch up. That's terrible, right? And the thing is that now us as Virgos, we have released ourselves from that. And because we started to get frustrated enough to where we actually started to do something about it, right? Us Virgos will allow situations, right? Especially because as Virgos, we don't normally come into the world confrontational. We learn how to be confrontational from the need to survive. So, because our survival is in jeopardy a lot of times, right? Especially when we're young. Especially when we ain't really making any kind of money. We don't really have options to be able to, if somebody is tripping, you just go over and go move out of the apartment and move into a different building or buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. And then not to mention the fact that a lot of the times our so-called friends end up turning on us too. So, and our romantic interests. So us as Virgos usually turn out to be loners because a lot of the times, at least in my case, I know that to be true, right? That, obviously I'm not going to sit here and lie and make it seem like I was the easiest person in the world, but I also had a lot of good traits too. And I've been betrayed plenty of times myself. And I know for a fact that a lot of you Virgos have experienced it. So guess what we do? We hang out by ourselves. Because I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are tripping. So the thing is that the Knight of Swords represents, and now again, we're going in this thing alone. We don't mind being alone. We actually rejoice in it. We have that kind of peace that us as Virgos been wanting. That's part of the reason what does make us go into hermit mode and ghost the world and not necessarily give people phone calls. A lot of times people be wanting to know why is it that we be on some disappearing act. Because people coming over to my spot, calling me for money, like begging, constantly dry begging, but they have the attitude to act like they're giving me something. I owe them something, right? They're trying to run my pockets, all types of just goofy stuff, right? And just the fakeness with it. So the thing is that the Knight of Swords represents, right, because we're giving, and then you know, we do that so much it burns us out to the point where we're just like, you know what, we're not going to do this for anybody. We're going to ghost. We're going to be the ones to stay out of the way and since everybody acts like they can function without us, let's see what happens when we decide to just dip out. And a lot of times those same begging individuals will be begging still, trying to hit your phone, talking about, hey, what's going on with you? But again, we're in hermit mode. So the Four of Swords and the High Priestess represents more of the same. We are not in the clubs. Us Virgos, for the most part, we're not. I ain't gonna say more, but for a lot of the part, we're not in the clubs. We're not nowhere to be found. We're at home. Listen, we gonna be where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like what Ice Cube said in the movie All About the Benjamins. I'm gonna be where I'm at. Same thing with us Virgos. We gonna be wherever we are, whether we're in the car. Shout outs to Urban Alchemy. Shout outs to her, another Virgo. Fire readings, dynamite, right? And I'm not one to use that word all the time, but dynamite. I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I could post the link to her YouTube channel in the comment section. Dynamite Virgo, right? Does a lot of readings in pick up on energies, I should say more accurately, in her car, right? I'm not gonna say her name, but in her car, stuff like this. Wherever it is that we are is the point that I'm trying to make. That's where we are, and we are in incognito, right? We are incognito. We're not trying to gather attention, because all this attention exhausts a Virgo, because there's always because we take responsibility for other people, and we try to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper, our mama's keeper, our father's keeper. We try to make sure that we keep our family members, our friends, our romantic interests, keep them safe, while they continue to deliberately make stupid decisions that we have to rescue them from. So because they don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to move in a way where it doesn't put them behind the 8 ball. They don't want to move like that. They want to be stupid. So the thing is that the High Priestess now represents, again, they call in our line trying to figure out what we got going on, and we're just not answering, and we're not going to answer. The King of Swords and the Tower is about, because we know that they have to come to us correctly. We're not asking. You don't come to us correctly, we will ghost. We will dip out. We will go back to being wherever it is that we are. You know, and you know, they gonna be calling us, and we're just not gonna answer. You know, part of the reason too why it is, and I'm gonna say something, but it's gonna hurt people who are not really ready for this, the cross watchers, or people who are not really ready for this. As a Virgo myself, my birthday just passed, August 27th, right? I was born in 1991, right? August 27th, 1991. As a Virgo, right? Part of the reason why a lot of times we ghost, we end up just dipping out, and we end up pulling a disappearing act too, is because of the fact that not only on one hand, we want people to see, well, because they act like they can do it all, but they can't, because they fall flat on their face when they try. But also, we be exhausted. We don't want all this attention, like I just said before, because we're exhausted. We pull disappearing acts because how many times as a Virgo should we have to tell you how to stop doing stupid stuff before you really get it through your head and take that baton like an Olympic track team and run with that thing, and think for yourself to stay out of stupid situations, right? And to learn to use your brain that you were born with. People don't be doing that. See what I'm saying? They be thinking from a delta perspective. And what I mean when I say a delta, I'm talking about a drone, a person doesn't think for themselves, a zombie. And the thing is that the Judgment and the Page of Cups is about, and the Page of Swords, right, represents, this is what it is that I be talking about. They need an exchange. They be needing an exchange. They be needing our attention. They be deliberately, you know what I'm saying? They telling you, stupid. They be a bunch of slobs, yo, like a bunch of idiots that like need our attention to save them, because they be deliberately putting themselves in dangerous situations, stupid situations, calling us to beg for something. These are people that have this helplessness, but they don't appreciate anything that we give them when we are willing to give to them. But then they constantly need us, like a parent does to a little one, manage, right? That's watching TV or cooking, right? Or whatever, right? We have to manage where they are. We have to constantly be because that's one thing that you learn as a parent. I'm not a parent myself, but I've worked with little ones, and not only that too, but my friends have had, you know, 2 little ones and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you how much they have now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, learning how to be more vigilant, because when you cooking and you doing something, the little one may run around and try to sneak by you without you noticing, on some ninja type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just footsteps is real quiet. So you got to be very that's how it is that's how they want you to be. They want you just based upon attention's sake, which is goofy. Not actually really planning on becoming much more upstanding adults, where they don't constantly need your attention anymore. They constantly need your attention. Constantly. A lot of us Virgos be burned out from that. Us Virgos be wanting to have significant others that can think for themselves, but it's like people be like stupefied, like they be dumb, don't think for themselves, just they need you Virgos to explain every $10 word that isn't normally used. You use the word fatuous. Why are you calling me fat? I never said that you was fat. I never said that. I said fatuous. Fatuous means vain. That's what fatuous means. It's just another word for vain. You'll use, you know what I'm saying? You'll use, again, $10 words and stuff like this. They need you to explain to them every single word. They are people they don't read. They don't expand their vocabulary. They don't expand their mind. But at the same time, constantly trying to get you stressed out just so that you could wipe, you know what I'm saying? Just so that you could like take care of them, be there for them. We're not their parents. Who are we to be taking care of these people? We're not their parents. So let's clarify the Page of Swords. Matter of fact, let's clarify the High Priestess. Ace of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Tower, 8 of Swords. The truth is, those people don't want you to understand that you shine just like Leos do, right? You shine and you get attention just like Leos do, but people can't give you attention, right? People say that astrology isn't real, but that's cap. Because these 4 cards is basically saying that people give you attention just like they do to Leos, but they don't give you attention straight out where they looking at you. It's always sideways. And the 8 of Swords represents, and again, now you Virgos don't want to have anything to do with them because you're in hermit mode. A lot of people trying to figure out where you went. That's it. You know, you Libras are off in heaven doing your own thing. You've created a heaven on earth for yourself. So that's where y'all are, in your own personalized heaven that you've created. So that's it. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And come get a reading so I can most definitely keep the show going.